How do you get from where you are to where you want to be? There are some established roads to make your travels easier. A roadmap for doing the work of Byron Katie. The work of Byron Katie is a big highway, allowing anyone open to it to move from feeling stressed and stuck to experiencing more freedom and happiness. Just like a freeway, it is simple and efficient. It just sits there. It's up to you how far you want to go. I have been doing the work myself for many years, and I have supported others to do it for just as long. Observing myself and others over the years, I see three main stages in the journey. Many people stop at stage one, others go further. I encourage you here to stretch beyond your normal way of being with the work. Stage one, learning by osmosis. The first stage of doing the work is not to do it, but to watch others doing the work, to listen as they work, or to read their work. By being exposed to the work of others, you can get a lot of ideas for your own freedom in different situations. This is also the stage where you can start to examine any doubts you may have about the work. It's a safe, non-committal way to join the work party and enjoy some of the insights. It can also be inspiring even as an experienced practitioner of the work. Just listening to other people do the work always brings new insights and new ideas. This stage is like the entrance ramp onto the highway. If you want to go the distance, you can't stay here on the entrance ramp forever, but it's a great way to get up to speed before merging onto the fast-moving highway. There are many ways to engage in the work like this, in this stage of kind of learning by osmosis. I list here the practical ways that I can support you in this respect. First of all, you can get my newsletter, which comes out every week and has some insight or story connected to the work. You can listen to the Wiggle Room podcast and hear others doing the work and hear their questions and answers. You can join my open sessions, which are live sessions, to listen to the work and ask your questions there with me directly. You can also watch over 100 videos on my YouTube channel or search my website for over 500 articles on the work on many different topics. So there's many different ways that you can engage with the work, become familiar with the work, and kind of test it out before diving in completely on your own. Stage two is starting to engage with the work. Once you watch the work for a while and read or listen to it, you may be inspired to give it a try yourself. This is the next stage. Actively participating in doing the work is very different from passively experiencing it. This is like coming off of the entrance ramp and starting to accelerate. You're still in the slow lane, but you can start to gain more velocity than you could on the entrance ramp. Engaging with the work is when the process of self-inquiry starts to wake up more fully. You're dealing with your own personal stuff, and you're asking the questions to yourself. And this process of asking your questions to yourself lies at the heart of what the work is. It's self-inquiry. So when I ask myself and then I wait for answers to come, that's when I start engaging that deeper part of myself, which really is wise and can show me things that I would not expect. This is when new confidence begins to form, and you start to listen to yourself, to look to yourself for your own wisdom. And it starts to become less intellectual, less separate, less distant, and more of something that touches your heart. Again, there are many ways to move into this stage. Here's how I can support you to accelerate your experience of the work. First of all, there's the Startup Kit, which is a great way to use templates to begin doing the work on your own. You just follow the directions and work through them. Private sessions can also be a great support, a kind of hybrid where you're engaging, but you also have support as you go in the form of facilitations. And this is one-on-one with me. It's kind of like having a driver's education teacher in the car while you start to accelerate on the highway. The driver's not driving, the driver's education teacher is not driving, you're driving, but the teacher's there available for you if you have doubts or questions or need some kind of feedback as you go. Open sessions is another way you can start to engage in the work. And this is when you actually do the work with me. This is available for free for anyone, and it's every week. And you can just bring your stressful situation and we'll work through it together. Then there's the Work 101 course, which gives you lots of assignments to actually do the work. And you'll learn a lot from doing in this process. Virtual retreats is like a burst of experience of doing the work in one weekend. So the Work 101 is over several months or even a year, whereas virtual retreats is done in just one weekend. Work 101 is more written and the virtual retreats is more spoken, although the Work 101 also does some spoken work. Then there's the Living with Money course, which is full of exercises you can do to question your stressful thoughts about money. So this is a way, again, of engaging. Then there's the Finding the Door to Inquiry book, which is also a way to overcome obstacles in identifying the stressful thoughts to question. So a lot of times we think the work is just going through, is it true? And how do you react and doing turnarounds like that? But the work starts with looking for what is the stressful thought that's bothering me. And this book, Finding the Door to Inquiry, can help you identify the stressful thoughts so that you can go through the questions after that. So as you can see, there are a lot of options here for beginning to engage with the work. And this stage of engaging includes two basic things: doing the work and training in how to do the work. So both are important, doing the work and just improving your ability to do this process. It's a simple process, but it's subtle, and there's a lot to it when you actually get down to it. And so having some training can be a big support in having a feeling of confidence as you're doing the work. And all of the options above include both things, doing the work and training how to do the work. And engaging in these ways can strongly accelerate your progress and proficiency in doing the work. So this leads us to the last stage, stage 3, establishing an ongoing practice of the work. This last stage is a special lane on the highway, the fast lane, where you can start to really pick up momentum and there's no obstacle in the way. That means that you understand how to do the work, you've got enough training and confidence to do it, and you have enough confidence in the work itself that you're not doubting it all the time, and you can actually start to use it without resistance. When you do the work every day or every few days or even once a week, the experience of the work changes. Instead of being a process to use in case of emergencies, the work becomes a way of living, a kind of preventive maintenance, and a joy to practice. Results are so normal and effortless that you hardly count them anymore. You know, when you're in stage 1, you're really looking at, is it going to work? Is it going to work? It's all about, can it solve my problem? And then even in stage 2, there's still a bit of emphasis on getting out of the stress and trying to get things working right. But by stage 3, it starts to become a different feeling. It's just, I'm just doing this because I like to do it. I'm doing this because I've set a routine of doing it, and I'm not counting, I'm not looking for results. And that actually accelerates the process even more. So all these things kind of work together to begin to grow the experience and accelerate your progress with it. In this stage of ongoing practice, I notice more buoyancy and happiness in every area of my life. And I look forward to sessions because they are enjoyable. I do the work because I enjoy doing the work. This is like driving an amazing new car down a smooth, open road. In fact, as you continue down this road, don't be surprised if you start to lift off. The spirit of the work starts to be alive to support you in every moment, giving you a lot of freedom and the ability to navigate any situation with increasing ease. So that is really what happens. Like, as you do this work more and more on an ongoing basis and regularly, it starts to really be a part of your muscles, and any stressful situation that comes up, even if you don't do the work on it, it gets digested, it gets worked, it gets turned around, and you don't get caught by it. So here are some of the ways that I can support you if you want to use the work to its fullest. And that means like doing it as an ongoing kind of practice. One is Inquiry Circle, and this unique program is designed to support you in an ongoing practice. That's why I created it. This is where I do the work every day, and it's a community of others who also like driving in the fast lane. This is unique because it's a course that continues. It's not just a weekend, it's not just a month, it's not just here and there. It is an ongoing course, and some of us have been doing the work in there for 10 years or more. Then within Inquiry Circle, I have something called the Breakfast Club. Byron Katie often says, do the work for breakfast. It's her way of saying, make it a regular routine. Do it as part of your day, and then have a great life. So I have something called the Breakfast Club within Inquiry Circle, and it's a special program for those who want to build up to doing the work every day, like I do. And this is a very simple but effective way to keep you stretching in this direction without pushing yourself. So if you're interested in that, then go through the Work 101, come into Inquiry Circle, and you can take advantage of it as well. And finally, another way to make the work an ongoing practice, in addition to doing it on your own, completely solo, is to have regular private sessions with me. And this can be another support just for the time that you have set aside, the appointment, and then the regularity of that if you set it up that way. So there you have it, 3 stages. I encourage you simply to see where you are. If you want to take it to the next level, there's a well-traveled road you can use to go wherever you would like to go with the work. My job remains the same in all cases. I'm a facilitator of the work of Byron Katie. The word facilitator comes from the root to make easy, and that's how I see my job. If I can make it easier in any way for you to engage with the work of Byron Katie, it will be my pleasure to support you in this way. You can learn more about any of my programs at theworkasmeditation.com and then go to the products page to see all of the different products. Some are free, some are paid, and you'll find something there that may support you. So I'll end with a quote from Byron Katie from her book, Loving What Is. I couldn't stop hurting my children and myself. But as I realized what was true for me, with the questions alive inside me, the doing changed. The problems stopped. I didn't stop them, they stopped. It's just that simple.